What is up, guys? Johnny01 here with another FIFA 18 defending tutorial. We're going back to the most important aspect of FIFA 18. You want to be a good player, you gotta be good at defending. And we're gonna be talking about when you're defending inside that penalty area, especially with those center backs. It's very, very important that you're good at defending with those center backs in order to make sure that they don't score a lot of goals and that you don't give up very, very simple opportunities. As always, don't make sure to check out all my previous tutorials if you have not done so already, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future ones. Alright guys, I'm going to start off with what always comes first in defending. Same thing with center backs. You want to stay back. You want to make sure to push them backwards and into their gaps. Here's a situation. You see that my opponent, he decides to rush out a little bit. He tries to attack, apply pressure with his center back. What that does is leave a huge gap behind him. It does not matter if it's a long distance from the goal, as you're seeing in this situation, or if it's closer to the goal. If you decide to attack, as I do here in a mistake, I decide to attack a little bit, push towards the attacker with my center back, leaving a huge gap behind him and an easy opportunity for them to score. So I can't stress it enough. Always when you're defending with your center back, you want to make sure to push that center back back, push him into his gap, and make sure that he's between the attacker and the goalkeeper. Very, very important. One more opportunity here. Again, you see his player. He's trying to stay forward, but he just pushes a little bit too much there, and that leaves a huge opening for Robin to make a nice little run, a quick pass, and a very easy goal. Instead of attacking with your center back, you should be jockeying, which is done by pressing the LT or the L2 button if you're on PlayStation. Jockeying is what you want to do here. You're seeing situation. I'm doing it a little bit in slow motion so you guys can really see what I'm talking about. You want to get back, stay between the goalkeeper and the attacker, and jockey. Hold that LT button. Then once you actually get close to the defender, when you're near that penalty area with your center back, you get close to the defender, you want to push and pull, so hold down that B button or the circle button if you're on PlayStation. Very important, guys. You want to hold it down, but don't hold it down too far, because if you're inside that penalty box, hold it down for too long, then it's going to lead to a penalty. But as soon as you're right next to him, you're really close to him, make sure to hold down that button and try to take the ball away from the player. One of the biggest mistakes I see people doing is slanting tackling all over the place. It's done by pressing the B button or the circle button if you're on PlayStation. People do this far too often, and it works sometimes, but you got to be very, very careful, especially inside that penalty area with those center backs, because if you mess up, as you saw in that situation, if you mess up and you miss with the standing tackle, it's going to lead to a very easy goal scoring opportunity, because there's no one else back there to help you out. The center backs are the last line of defense. That's why it's so difficult, and that's why I made a tutorial just based on them, because they are the last line of defense. So if you do standing tackles, if you do sliding tackles, and you mess up, or you try to push and pull and you're too far away from the player, it's going to lead to a very easy goal scoring opportunity because there's no one else to help out. Also, slide tackles are done by pressing the X button or the square button if you're on PlayStation, and this should not be done very often unless it's a last case scenario. So here's the situation. I was able to pass through and get into a nice little goal scoring opportunity. You see what my opponent does in this situation. He decides to slide tackle, but not necessarily straight into my attacker, but instead into the shooting lane, and that is what works perfectly in this situation. He's trying to do a last ditch effort to try to stop that shot from going in. If he doesn't slide tackle, it's going to be a very, very easy goal. So it's one of those last case scenarios, but make sure to do it into the shooting lane rather than straight at the player, because you do not want to get a red card. You'd rather give up a goal than get a red card, because you're probably going to score the penalty, plus you'll be a man down. The last big mistake I see a lot of people doing when playing with the center backs is they're trying to predict where the attacker is going to go, and that's not what you want to do. Like I said before, with your center backs, you should be jockeying and staying back, trying to keep him between the attacker and the goalkeeper. You want to be slowing down the attack, allowing the rest of your defense to get in there to help you out, and then once he commits to one movement, then you can cut him off. But don't try to anticipate exactly where he's going to go, because you're seeing here, I'm not even doing anything, not sprinting, not doing any skill moves, but my opponent's thinking I'm going to be doing these skill moves, going to be cutting inside, and it just leads to easy opportunities. Lastly, guys, real quick, I want to talk to you guys. What should your mindset be when you're controlling your center back inside the penalty area? As I've said in my defending tutorials, most of the time you should be defending with your center defensive mid, but when you have to use the center backs, when you're inside that penalty area, you want to see right here that red zone. That is where most of the goals are going to be coming from. That is where you want to push them away from. You want to push them towards the outside. Here's the situation. He's in the blue zone. There's a crossing zone. There's no reason for me to go and try to attack there. Stay back and jockey and protect against the cross or against the cutting inside. If he's in the yellow zone, again, get more into the middle of the pitch and jockey and try to protect the middle. That is where they're going to score most of their goals. Don't waste your time following those attackers to the outside. Just make sure to protect the middle. Make sure to cut off those angles and get in those shooting lanes. That's how you're going to be successful defending. But that is it, guys. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, share with all your friends. Click on one of these playlists. Check out some of my other videos. I got tutorials basically everything in FIFA 18, including attacking, defending, passing, you name it, I got it. Top 5 videos of my top 5 skill moves, my formation, guys, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys so much.